A Telephone and Fax Business Guide. Chapter 1. Telephone in Business 1. Telephone in Business 1. Regardless of who you're calling in business, it doesn't matter if it's a cold marketing call or a routine business call, there are certain basic rules of courtesy that apply. People want somebody with a nice tone of voice. I talk about voice training elsewhere. They want a positive attitude of someone who is trying to help them or at least being empathetic to what they say. It's not about you. It's about trying to help this person at the other end of the line. Be pleasant and sociable while sticking to the main point. Don't use the hard sell. Don't ask people how they are as your greeting. Just say good morning, good afternoon, or something like that. Don't overuse the compliments or calling the person by name repeatedly to let him know you know it. Most people don't like to leave a message. They would rather talk to a real live human being. I realize that as one-person operations, we cannot always answer all our telephone calls, but we can play back the messages as soon as possible and return telephone calls, or we can hire an answering service. A large number of business people are losing a lot of business because they are afraid to return a few simple 2-minute telephone calls. The telephone is your connection to customers and suppliers. It's often the first contact these people make with your company, so be professional and courteous when answering the phone if you want to make a good impression. Don't simply not answer phone calls. Try to answer it live, but if you can't, leave a recorded message and call the person back as quickly as possible. Train your employees on correct phone usage. Instruct them to answer the phone no matter what. Practice what you preach. Answer the phone yourself now and then rather than let your secretary do it all the time. Let the customer do all the talking. If you appear nervous and frigid, the man of few words will be totally turned off. When you are marketing any product, you must think of your customer as the employer you are seeking to work for. Imagine yourself on a job interview. Be helpful. Stop for a moment and learn how to conduct yourself in a professional business manner over the telephone. Learn to recognize the different types of people by listening to them. Never, never, never do all the talking. Allow the customer time to explain what they want or need and then find a way to fill that need in the hopes of securing an order. Hard selling doesn't work anymore, but when people call you, it means they want to buy from you, so get a clue and honor them. You know how you hate calling a business only to find that you have to waste 5 minutes of your life going through some menu that you're not interested in because you want to talk to a live human being about your particular problem right now. The first rule of business is that if you use a recording, you will lose at least half of your new potential customers right off the bat. When people phone, they want to talk to a live person and either be connected to who they want to talk to within 2 minutes or get a call back within an hour. If you can't do this, you will lose customers because of poor phone etiquette. The same works for fax and email. People don't like to be kept waiting. Instead of a recorded message or being routed through several layers of bureaucracy when someone calls your company, teach your operators to know the people in the company so they can connect callers directly to the people or departments they want to talk to. Telephone in Business 2. If you're a busy business person, have your secretary screen your calls and decide which ones you will answer. Give your secretary the authority to choose who she thinks you should talk to immediately and who she should take a message from for you to call back later. Some secretaries tell almost everyone to call at a certain hour because that's when the boss fields phone calls. You could get your secretary to ask callers their purpose and either direct them to the right person or department, or to take the message and set up an appointment for a callback. This is why the secretary should have a good phone ledger or computer phone management program so she can write out who called, for what purpose, and the time of the callback. You can do this on MS Word. Just create a file called Phone Messages and put all the messages on there. The information from calls should be as follows: name, company, phone number, time of call, purpose, secretary's personal impression of caller, last business contact with caller, what was the purpose of it, level of priority, Make up a list of undesirables and tell your secretary to get rid of them when they call by saying you're not in, and either telling them to call back or telling them we will call you back, which you never do. In the same vein, make up a list of priority people who you want to be connected to whenever they call. Tell your secretary to get background info and purpose of people you're not sure of for a possible callback. Diffuse irate customers by being calm, listening to them, letting them ventilate and solving their problem immediately. Look at these calls as opportunities to exhibit exemplary customer service. Encourage your customers to complain if they're not satisfied. Establish a rapport with them and assure them their problems have been taken care of. Ask questions if you don't exactly understand the complaint. Tell them exactly what you're doing to solve their problem, then say their name and wish them a nice day. Follow through with the solution. Call them back if need be. Always be positive and upbeat when handling a complaint call. Try to keep calls brief. If you need to talk more, arrange for a phone call later or a face-to-face meeting later on the next day. If you have an important business call, lock your office door, tell your secretary not to disturb you, psyche yourself up, be positive, then talk as though the person was standing right there with you. Establish rapport, be straight and honest, talk and listen, negotiate in an assertive, fair way. When you talk on the phone, take notes about what is being said, because if you don't, you will probably forget some of it and have to talk to the person again, or something will slip your mind and you will mess something up. Keep it to business item by item. Convey that message to your callers, take care of business, save the small talk for later. Your phone should be on an uncluttered part of your desk, complete with notepad and pen to take notes whenever you answer it. Have an extra long cord, your answering machine, computer hookup, etc. right there. Don't forget the headset with microphone if you use the phone a lot. Ask your secretary/switchboard operator how you can improve the workplace and the general telecommunications setup of the company. Have a meeting of secretaries/switchboard operators to generate ideas about how to run the operation better. Leave them to themselves to make up some recommendations. When you're on the phone, don't just talk. Listen to what your caller is saying. Communicate human to human and keep taking notes. Don't do something else while talking. It's disrespectful, even on the phone. Just talk and listen. Tone of voice and your vocabulary go a long way in communicating what you have to say. Try to have a pleasant, confident voice with a good command of the English language. Try to relate to your caller in a human way. Don't talk too fast, too loud, or too quiet. Answer phones within 3 rings. Identify yourself by name and the company name, then ask how you can help the caller. Be prompt and courteous in dealing with people's problems immediately. Try to avoid putting your callers on hold as much as you can. Whenever you talk to someone, don't waste words. Make your obligatory small talk if you feel so inclined, but get to the point quickly and tell them to get to the point. Hook up a computer to your phone so you not only save money on long-distance calls over the internet, but you can make calls quickly simply by clicking the mouse on a particular phone number in your personal list. There are many other features with telephone software. Try to be friendly with secretaries and switchboard operators and they will be more inclined to connect you properly to who you want. Always be brief and state your purpose. If you can't get through with one call, keep calling until you reach the person you want. Try calling as early as possible when the workday starts in order to reach the person you want. If you want to get in touch with someone in a corporation for the first time, send them a letter with a stamped postcard saying something like, "My name is Joe Blow. I'd like to talk to you about widgets. If you're interested, send me a convenient time when I can call you." Don't waste time on the phone. State your name, company, your mission and get on with it. Make the phone area at the office a nice, spacey place. Use hands-free headsets if you field a lot of calls. Don't play phone tag with people. Try twice. If they don't get back to you, don't bother again. Screen calls on your answering service, but don't be too blunt about it. The best way is to let them leave a message then call them back in an hour. In order to make sure you reach someone you want to reach, have your secretary call ahead and set up a telephone appointment when you will call and talk to that person. If people are looking for you, have your secretary make an appointment for them to call back at a certain time of day when you field phone calls. Don't be vague. Leave a specific time and message of purpose. There is a concept called the daily phone promotion where customers know they can call your toll-free number to get the deal of the day. I got this idea from a closeout company. Call them anytime and there will be a message about their current hot product. There are 900 numbers where people pay either a set fee or a per minute fee to talk to you if you're an expert in some topic they need info on. There are also reverse 900 numbers where in exchange for people calling you and listening to your 2-minute message, you pay them, they get a $3 credit or so on their phone bills. Use a cell phone if you feel people need to contact you no matter what. Make sure your secretaries/operators are good speakers. Conclude calls with a verification of the caller's name and the information covered. Have a toll-free customer helpline and suggestion line all in one where they can offer suggestions to help run your business better. Use the phone for conference calls to talk to several of your people at the same time. There are video phones around. Telephone in customer service. It's always about solving the problem at hand. That's your focus with the customer. Your objective is to use the phone to help your customers and keep them. Be nice, but you have your limits. If a customer abuses you, you have the right to hang up or abuse them back according to my way of thinking. The customer isn't always right when they're being rude. It's a two-way street. Your job is to get customers and keep them. If you can't do that, you lose. There was a consumer show on in Canada called Underdogs at cnc.ca/underdogs. It was just horrible the way the customer service people lied to customers, pretended they had to check with a higher authority and just blew them off. Personally, I think there should laws that consumer police enforce about ripping customers off and not addressing their concerns. Regardless of what the law is, great companies don't blow customers off. The YTRY to help them. If you blow a customer off, you don't know how many people he knows who he could poison against you. You don't want to be a headline in ripoffreport.com. The thing about the phone is that it's here and now with a live human being. It's not like email. It's instant. It's personal contact. You can sense the emotions of the other person. Many big companies have an in-house customer service telephone staff who answer calls from customers to provide what is called support, information about how to use their products and to deal with complaints. A popular option is to outsource the service to another company who then takes all the customer service calls and send back a daily log back to the company about who they should send a refund to, replace a product, etc. I've seen a large company in India do this for American and Australian companies. Middle class, English-speaking people in India take a course or two to learn business and American lingo, then after a few weeks training, they start answering phones from customers in the United States, Canada, Australia, etc. Based on what I saw of people answering customer service calls, they were trained to be infinitely patient, pleasant and always try to help the customer no matter what. Many customers are irate when they call, so these customer service reps bear the brunt of this anger, but they trained for this, to expect it, be ready for it and to not take it personally. If the call gets too heated, they are trained to transfer it to one of their hotshot customer service reps, usually a man, to deal with this angry customer. They say they're transferring the customer to a manager, but he's not really a manager, just a guy who knows how to talk fast and appease dissatisfied customers. I watched one of these guys operate. They are masters at playing submissive in order to make the customer feel good, but the cool thing is that they don't take it personally. It's just a game they play, then after work, they forget all of it immediately. This is the way they thrive in the job for years on end. They don't let it get to them. Identify yourself in a professional manner. The first big rule is to let the customer talk to get it off his chest. Don't interrupt. Only start talking when he stops. If you smile in your cubicle, it will rub off in the conversation. Be positive and helpful. It's better to keep a customer by giving him a refund than losing one for life. Call the customer their name like Mr. Jones, Ms. Saladana. Solve problems quickly. Don't stall these people. Try to solve his problem and offer him an exchange or refund if he wants it, just to keep him happy. Answer the phone quickly. Hire more customer reps or cut in after 3 rings with a recording saying leave your number and we'll call you in a few minutes. Apologize if you've kept a customer waiting on the line. If you apologize for anything, it often diffuses the situation. Be diplomatic. Don't use negative sounding words. Just keep saying I'll help you solve your problem, but I have to understand what it is. You're not there just to answer questions. You're there to be helpful and solve problems. Convey the message, I care. Don't do something else while talking to a customer, like type unrelated stuff on the computer, and don't tell a customer to hang on while you have a conversation with someone else. The angry customer thinks that you're a generic bureaucrat who doesn't care. Show them you can help them and do it with kindness and love in your voice. Try to speak with a warm tone of voice. Customers expect a lot and sometimes they want too much. Don't promise the moon just to appease a customer. Tell the truth about what you can do. It's very simple. They are trained to appease the customer, trained with using soft words and terms to butter him up and offering a quick, immediate solution to his problem. If there is some kind of snafu, they offer him a freebie, a coupon for $50 off the next purchase, a free extra product or something like that to shut him up. They offer it as a peace offering. You're trying to helping people. Through psychological training, you're trained to let the customer ventilate, then make him feel good, even if it means acting like you're the one in the wrong in order to make him feel better. Don't accuse the customer of wrongdoing. Blame yourself and the company because this makes the customer feels better. Try to be positive with him. Solve his problem. Don't just say you will solve it. Do it immediately. The faster he gets what he wants delivered to his door, the more likely he will remain a customer. Try to answer phones with a live person rather than all that computer menu crap that wastes a customer's valuable time. In order not to waste your time, when some customers drone on and on, ask them pointedly, what is your problem exactly and what can I do to help you? Resist the urge to call the customer an asshole and tell him to go to hell. Good, professional CSRs know they are going to get several irate customers every day, so they don't take it personally. They play along, go through their script, solve his problem or refer him to one of their champion CSRs who they call the manager. When you close, you always ask if there are any more questions or anything else you can do for them. Always speak in professional English. Act professionally. Don't use slang or industry buzzwords that the customer probably doesn't know. Don't eat, drink or chew while talking. Do not put the customer on hold after he calls to complain. Be quick with offering the customer solace that you want to help him. Be in problem-solving mode all the time. You're there to solve his problem. Some customers get on the phone ready for a fight. First let them speak, then agree with them, compliment them somehow and tell them you are on it right now. Act calm. Let the customer be angry. You don't care about that. Just focus on his problem. Have patience with older people. Many have medical problems. And on a positive note, be the last to hang up. Don't just appease the customer on the phone. Solve his problem in real life, otherwise it'll be doubly harder the next time he calls. Chapter 2. Telephone in Business 2. Telephone and a website. People call you, you don't call them. In my opinion, telemarketing works primarily one way: you don't cold call people out of the blue. You get your toll-free number/website out there any way you can, through advertising, promotions, direct marketing, etc. People see your ads or your sales flyer and they call you either to place an order right away. Make it easy for them by accepting credit cards and virtual checks. Request more information in the form of a 3-minute recorded message about the product. Request a hard copy paper catalog that you send them. This is what you use the phone for. You don't need a retail store or a mall location. Simply get a good vanity toll-free number, something like 800 Lobster with a website freshlobsterdelivered.com, and that's all you need to publicize your business. Call the company, dial a Lobster. You can operate out of some old warehouse in the boonies, it doesn't matter, your hook is to deliver fresh lobsters quickly anywhere in North America. The old adage location doesn't matter anymore. Your only job is to get your phone number and website out to the public at large any way you can. Start off by getting your phone number in the yellow pages of every different telephone book in your state. Website promotion is a different area of this book. Try some publicity, free advertising, by writing articles for the food section of the local newspaper or a food magazine regarding lobster recipes, or get on a TV home-style show talking about how to cook lobster. Have a lobster supper at the local community hall. Have a raffle contest, 50 pounds of lobster to the winner. Next, get yellow pages advertising in regional states, business yellow pages directories, and so on and so forth. Advertise in gourmet, fine food magazines and the weekend lifestyle section of local newspapers and upscale ones, the section dedicated to home decor, homemaking, etc., just a simple ad like dial a Lobster. 800 Lobster. FreshLobsterDelivered.com. Anytime, anywhere. The idea is great for non-discriminating customers like me who'd rather buy my groceries and even a car from the comfort of my home without bothering with the hassle of actually going to some store to go through the process. I don't have to feel it, see it, and touch it like some people do. Consumer goods are just functional things to me. They have very little to do with my enjoyment of life. A table is a table is a table to me. It's the same thing with a car. I'm not a trendy, discriminating shopper concerned with brand name merchandise. I enjoy doing the things I like to do. Shopping is not one of them. The less time I can spend at it, the better. Because I'm not exactly poor, the few bucks extra I might spend on delivery charges is worth the minimal stress of the process to me, provided the product is good. If it's bad, then there's all that headache of sending it back for a refund. People are tired and lazy. They work all day, and in their leisure time, they'd rather do anything than shop for functional products, so this idea should work for any functional products and even some recreational ones, but certain things like clothing don't sell well without the customer being right there to see it and try it on. Next, try short TV commercials. Find an efficient way to get your products delivered. Locally, you use your own trucks with your own drivers. Regionally, you hire independent contractors who pick up your orders at some designated location, possibly your own truck going to meet them in the city 100 miles away. Then these contractors make your deliveries for you in that area at a set fee per order or per mile. Nationally, you have to go with the big delivery companies, either USPS, FedEx, UPS, or some of the smaller ones. One guy didn't even keep any inventory. He found a furniture manufacturer willing to sell him a certain inventory of furniture at certain prices, so the guy did the vanity phone number thing, something like 888 Furniture, and goodfurniture.com, did his advertising, got his orders, went to the factory, loaded up exactly what he needed onto his truck, slapped his name on the packages, and drove straight to the delivery company. A gallery is a showcase type scenario that you design, which is a booth with signs, lights, and display versions of your products. You approach retailers selling that line of products and ask them if they would like to set up your gallery in their store for free, and if they make a sale, they get a commission. You can either give them some of your products on a consignment deal or merely have them take orders then deliver the product yourself. This way, if somebody calls and wants to see the refrigerators you're selling, you can refer them to the nearest gallery. Learn about different ways to advertise: media, big sign on the sides of your trucks, signs on buses, billboards, direct mail, sign in sports arenas, etc. One guy who sold TVs in the New York City area made some kind of deal for discount-priced tickets for a certain play on Broadway and offered 2 free tickets for every 25-inch color TV sold. Try to advertise with a late-night radio talk show because all demographic categories listen to them. They're relatively cheap and great for sales. I've read accounts of this business technique working so well for functional products like furniture and appliances in a local area with 50 to 100 miles radius that the guy couldn't keep enough product on hand. If you've got a retail business and want to expand, this is the way to go. Write up a script for your telephone operators describing your products that they can tell the customer about, then asking him if he'd like to place an order without being too pushy about it. Teach them the basics of customer service, to be nice over the phone. Some of the issues a telephone operator for a company has to deal with are: take the order or send information, name spelling, general familiarity of geographical names, payment method, cash on delivery, credit card, check, virtual check. If you take a virtual check over the phone, you will wait until it's approved before you deliver the merchandise. Warranty, refund policy, exchanges, delivery method and fee. Who pays for delivery for an exchange? Let the customer talk. Don't interrupt. Answer his or her questions. Listen. Respect his thoughts. Don't jump to conclusions about what you think he's gonna say. Be clear. Use common sense. Don't betray anger or sadness in your voice. Try to relate/empathize with the customer. Don't talk down to a customer as though you're the expert and his piddly little order won't make you or break you either way. Once you take this attitude, the business will gradually self-destruct. If it's the 50th order of the day and you're tired and mad at life, try to stay professional and courteous. Play up to the mood you sense. If they sound positive, just be nice and you will get the order. If they're on the fence, tell them how great your product is and how low the price is. Offer a discount if it means clinching the sale. Have one special person to deal with complaints. Whenever somebody calls with a complaint, connect them to this customer service line. The person there must listen first, then be empathetic and solve the customer's problem. That way you could save a customer for life. Many of your calls will be gathering information calls. Explain what you can over the phone, offer to send out a catalog/price list, and don't push hard for the sale. Often people want to compare prices or otherwise get a feel for your company. Just be pleasant, give them the information they want and let it go at that. Have a fax machine and/or a faxback option where you can send people descriptions of your products through fax. The way to get a toll-free number is to call AT&T, MCI, Sprint, or any one of the other major providers and ask for toll-free service. It costs about $5 per month for basic service and about 20 cents per call during business hours anywhere in US and Canada, about 15 cents during non-business hours. Have a list of vanity numbers readily converted to number form from letter form. They will check them and give you whatever number is available. It's even cheaper to get a toll-free that works just in your state only. Even if you're a service business, you can use this concept to get customers like a contractor using the following. 800 HomeFix. Homefixer.com. Get a computerized phone system to quickly process calls by writing orders out on the computer. Make friends with your manufacturers and distributors. You will need them when the going gets tough. Give them what they want, a fair return on their business deal with you. Keep a list of your customers in order to call them with new offers or send them catalogs. Plan well so that you have enough product on hand to deal with orders and a big enough warehouse space to store your product. If doing your own deliveries, don't see it as a generic job, look at it as a service in and of itself and give your employees definite instructions on how to act with the customers. Make them dress reasonably well with a uniform if you think they should, give them a driver's log to fill out. Train your drivers to be cordial and exercise care when delivering merchandise. If a customer that originally intended to pay by cash wants to pay by credit card, have the delivery guy call it in to get credit card approval before giving the customer the merchandise. Make a 2 to 4 time frame when the customer will be there to take delivery. Offer delivery until late at night and Saturdays or even Sundays. Have a pickup service where you will take away the customer's old appliance as part of the service. If no one is home, call the number on the order form. If there's no answer, leave a note. It's not really a good idea to leave merchandise on the front porch because customers get miffed if they come home to find something they can't move by themselves like a stove, or simply claim they never received it, even if it's something as unlikely to steal as a stove sitting on a porch in plain view that 2 or 3 guys would have to carry. College students are generally educated and make good workers. Hire them to staff your phones. Books about telemarketing, using the telephone in business are at hashtag 658.84 or HF5415.12 at the library. AT&T toll-free directory. 800-426-8686, buy a copy. 800-562-2255, place an ad. att.com. Toll-free phone number in business. If you advertise like almost every business does in the yellow pages or have a website, offer a toll-free number where people can call to request either more information, ask questions, or to place an order. Try to get a vanity number such as 800 flowers, 866 joinga, or something like that related to your company. Phonespell.org, what does your phone number spell? If you can't afford a toll-free number right away, try a toll-free answering service like ADLIB100 at AOL.com, 800-669-0773 or upperaccess.com, 800-356-9315. These companies offer toll-free services. Call 8.com, a low-cost, 800, service that will give you an 800 number for as little as $2/month. You can forward the 800 number to anywhere in the world. Tollfreemax.com, 877-888-8 800 tollfreenumber.com. Calltour.com. att.com. 800-222-0400. Cable and wireless. 800-486-8686. LDDS. 800-737-8423. MCI.com. 800-777-1099. Telecom USA. 800-866-3322. Telegroup. 800-338-0225. Sprint. 800-366-1046. 800-877-2000. Sprint.com. WorldCom.com. 800-737-8423. Voicemail in business. Voicemail is kind of like an answering machine, but you need no equipment. In many cases, your local phone company will offer it. If they don't, there are service providers who do. You may find some listed in your phone book. Here's how voicemail works. You are given your own voicemail box which is assigned an extension number. People calling the phone number you provide just need to type in your extension number on their touch-tone phone to be transferred to your box. You can call in anytime, type in a special access code and record an outgoing message which can usually be up to 5 minutes long. People calling in hear your message then can leave their own message to you just like on an answering machine. The big difference, though, is they can be directed to different areas within your box, by pressing 1 or 2 or 3, etc. The number of areas you can have depends on the provider of the voicemail service and how many you want to pay for. Simply call a voicemail company up and establish your voicemail box over the phone. It will be activated within 24 hours and the charge is around $15 per month. You probably have to pay the first and last month's charges within 10 days after establishing your voicemail box, but $30 is very little to invest for the convenience and marketing advantage that will now be open to you. Once your voicemail box has been turned on and your payment received, the company will mail you information on accessing your voicemail box and how to leave a message on it. Here's an overview of how you can sell your products through voicemail. The outgoing message is your sales message for your product. After hearing the message, the listener is directed to press 1 to order by COD, cash on delivery, press 2 to order by credit card, or press 3 to request more information by mail. The voicemail is your salesman. You can then call in at any time of the day or night, type in your access code and get your messages. A good idea is to go to Radio Shack or another similar store and pick up a small telephone recording hookup device, usually around $10. That way, you can tape your messages and you can then write out the required paperwork and labels at your leisure. The first and most important step is to write a sales message for your product. Use your 5 minutes to describe the benefits your customer gets from your product. Practice reading your message with enthusiasm. Make sure it fits into 5 minutes without sounding rushed. Deliver it in an exciting yet realistic way. Now tape your message. Don't worry if you don't sound as polished as a TV announcer. Just speak clearly and with emotion, then record the ordering information in the selected branches, press 1, press 2, etc. Give the customer complete details on your COD shipping policies, credit card policies, etc. The best type of advertising to use for this selling method is the classified ad. There is a way of wording an ad for this purpose that is clearly better than other ways. Because you don't have to use up words on an address, you can be more wordy in your ad. Don't worry about your voicemail phone line being busy when more than one person calls in. One of the great things about voicemail is that multiple people can call your box at the same time. This is because your messages and their messages aren't recorded on tape as in an answering machine. They are recorded digitally in a computer. No tape rewinding, no busy signals. What will happen is that people will call from the ad, and if your selling message is good, they will order your product. Voicemail prices vary from service to service and with the number of features you need. You can usually get started with a basic voicemail box for around $15 per month. You can get an answering machine for a few months worth of voicemail rent and do this at home, but you will have to get multiple phone lines installed and a very expensive answering machine in order to get the benefits you will get from voicemail. Someone else has laid out the equipment expense, you just use their equipment. AmandaVoicemail.com, AmericanVoicemail.com, business.com/directory/telecommunications/telephone_networking/voice_mail, businessknowhow.com/marketing/voice-mail-tips.htm, how to make money with voicemail. en.wikipedia.org/wiki/voice_mail_system, gotvmail.com, hcwt.com/voice-mail-systems-unified-messaging.php, iw8su.com, voice networks, lucenttelephone-systems.com, messagingservice.com/business-voice-mail.htm, microsoft.com/small-business/resources/technology/communications, news.bbc.co.uk/2/high/technology, onebox.com, an affordable, flat-rate virtual PBX that is perfect for your small business. pocbell.com/products_services/business, quest.com/wholesale/clecs/features/vmmbxbus.html, business voice messaging service. smallbusiness.bellsouth.com/ls/voicemessaging.asp, telephonemagic.com, twacom.com, twacom.com, voice-mail.org, voicemailsystem.com, voice-mail-systems.com, vonage.com, interactive voice response/IVR. With a service, you can set up your toll-free number to give a recording when someone calls saying something like, "Thank you for calling us." If you want to talk to the manager, press 1. If you want to talk to the wholesale department, press 2. Chapter 3. Business telephone websites. Business telephone communication websites. You can buy business telephones and business telephone networks that are more advanced than regular phones. Books about telephone in business are at hashtag 651.73, hashtag 658.452, E8735 and HF 5541 at the library. Access-networking.com. AcmeTelephoneSystems.com. AlistReview.com, AlistReview. Albeis.com/26, telephone tips. AmandaVoicemail.com, providing voicemail systems. Angel.com, professional voice menu service with voice recognition. AnswerPhoneOFAmerica.com. AskHotel.com, business telephone systems, including PBX products. ATelephoneSystem.com. BuildingSkills.com. BistBiscom.com, BistBiscom. bt.com/in_business.jsp. business.com/directory/telecommunications. business.sprint.com. businessbyphone.com. businessconnection.sprintpeaks.com. business-long-distance-4-u.com. businessphonesdirect.com. businesstelephone.com. Callware.com, have your voicemail converted to text. carolcommunications.com, business phone system. carolcommunications.com, office telephone systems. cavaliersalesagent.com/business.html. kasha.com. datacom-solutions.ca/nortel_phone_systems.htm. diamondanytalk.com/telephone/business.aspx. dorealtime.com, dorealtime. etiquettesurvival.com. flirtnow.com. freeconferencecall.com, make a free recording. genesislab.com. gizmocall.com, free phone service. good.com/index. grandcentral.com, one phone number that will ring all of your phone lines and organize all of your voicemail into one mailbox. homepna.org, phone line networking. impressionsonhold.com, telephone on hold advertising messages. infotronix-uk.com, India-based call center. investorbusiness.com/corporate planning/telephone-system-business-plan.html. iw8su.com. long-distance-telephone-services.net. lucenttelephonesystems.com. miamibusinesstelephone.com. microsoft.com/small-business/resources/technology/communications. mindtools.com/phones.kl. officephones.com. pocbell.com/products_services/business. packet8.net, business phone system. Panasonic-KX-Ta1232.com, telephone system. Panasonic-KX-Ta624.com, telephone system. PanasonicTelephoneSystems.com, 877-892-2666. Padlib.com, I've an automated telephone answering services. PDLCC.com. PeopleJungle.com, PeopleJungle. Phone.com. PhoneGuys.com. phonesforless.co.uk. podium-network-solutions.co.uk/business-phone-system.html. refurbished-telephone-systems.co.uk. ringcentral.com. ringcentral.com, toll-free numbers, call screening and forwarding, voicemail, fax and message alerts online. samsungtelephonesystems.com. sky-click.com, create a call center for your business to take orders. smarttechwriting.com, smarttechwriting. sously.com/bizphone.htm. sprint.com/business. Sprint.com/business. Sundance-communications.com. SupportCentury.com, web-based customer service and help desk solutions for online businesses and e-commerce websites. T1-T1line.com/telephone_equipment.html. Telbroker.com. Teldataist.com, Phoenix, AZ. Teleco4.com. Telecom.hellodirect.com/docs/hellodirect. Telecombooks.com, 800 Library. Telecomswitchboard.com, telecomswitchboard.talktome.com, virtual PBX, VoIP phone systems for small businesses and home offices. Telephonebook.com/europe.htm, international telephone books. Telephonedoctor.com. Telephonemagik.com. Telephonsystems.info. Telephonsystems4business.com. The-dma.org, telephone, mail, and internet marketing. twacom.com. twacom.com. Verizon.com/4yourome/customers upport/guide/product_guide.asp. voipreview.org/business_telephone_system/phone_services.aspx. voipreview.org/business_telephone_system/phone_services.aspx. windsor-telecom.co.uk, call management solutions. expandercommunications.com, PBX phone systems, IPPBX, business VoIP phone systems. Intel in Business. 800-538-3373. Intel.com. Telecom resources. The following are mostly companies and a few professional organizations. 5links.com. 3com.com, leading business in the telecommunications industry. Acrodyne.com, TV transmitters. ActiveVoice.com, telephone systems for inter. acutah.org. Telecomstrader.com. AdaptiveBroadband.com. adc.com. Adelphia.net. Adtran.com. Aerotronrepco.com. AIInet.com. Alcatel.com. ALLNetDevices.com. Altel.com. ALNK.com. AmcoMM.com. AmericasNetwork.com. Ameritech.com. Ammobile.com. Andrew.com. Annixter.com. Arch.com, telephone paging. Aspect.com. Association. Atcofrontech.com. att.com. Ball.com. bam.com. baytechdcd.com. bell.com. bell-atl.com. bellsouth.com. bellsouthcorp.com. bls.com, bellsouth. broadbeam.com. bt.com. cablevision.com. castle.net//kobrien/telecom.html, resources. ccc-ttba.com. cea.edu, Center for Electronics Arts. cellmania.com. senai.com. centigram.com. centurytel.com. cfw.com. citco.com. cinbeltel.com. cmpcmm.com. cnet.com. cognitronics.com. comcast.com. comdial.com. comsystems.com. comnews.com. company use. comsat.com. conechtel.com. contel.org, competitive telecommunications. converse.com. converseNS.com. contlec.com. controllers. csdmag.com. ctigroup.com. cw-usa.net, cable and wireless. cxr.com. scilink.com. czn.net, dantel.com, data.com, davox.com, demandline.com, denaro.com, communications for air traffic, dialogic.com, dmcstratexnetworks.com, dmxmusic.com, digital music service, dsccc.com, dytc.com, edgualcommunications.com, ejkraus.com/events, telecom show, elcotel.com, ericsson.com, essential.com, etc.ia.com, executone.com, fairchildcorp.com, farmstead.com, faxswitch.com/definition/telecom_dictionary_h.html, gci.com, gentna.com, getcellloan.com, getcomstuff.com, gii.co.jp, globalinformation.inc, telecom, and glenair.com, pagers, globalwirelessnews.com, gte.com, hello-direct.com, hill.com, iconet.com, International Communications Association, icnsiemens.com, infotron.com, intellecall.com, intelsat.int, itron.com, itu.int, laurel.com, lucent.com, lxe.com, mci.com, mot.com, motorola.com, nec.com, network.com, nextel.com, nmss.com, Natural Microsystems, ntia.doc.gov, oki.com, pocbell.com, pagenet.com, pagers, peergain.com, penviewitt.com, phonecard.com, plpt.com, puc.state.tx.us/telecom/business/index.cfm, qcom.com, qualcomm.com, quest.com, rcihome.com, communications for the military, rcn.com, rfm.com, rldrake.com, satellite receiver maker, ronwellcorp.com, sbc.com, Southwestern Bell, sciatl.com, broadband, setonline.com, signatron.com, simplexity.com, sprint.com, swbell.com, symetrics.com, tcsnet.net, tdstelecom.com, teldta.com, telebrite.com, telecoms-mag.com, telecomsmart.com, telect.com, telezoo.com, telabs.com, telephonescorp.com, teltone.com, tiaonline.org, Telecommunications Association, timeplex.com, tonecommander.com, tra.org, Telecom Resellers Association, track.org, ttc.com, twtelecom.com, Time Warner Telecom, unitedglobal.com, usta.org, US Telephone Association, uswest.com, vertexcom.com, visual-traffic.com/hacker.html, vjf.com, Virtual Job Fair, volksware.com/mobilize, wireless tech, vtel.com, video conferencing, wcom.com, wagoner.com, wstel.com, wg.com, willtel.com/library, windcaster.com, wireless.cnet.com, wow-wow.com, wp.com/godmans, xetron.com, yospace.com, Federal Communications Commission, 1919 M Saint NW. Number 6202. Washington, D.C. 20554. 888-322-8255. 202-418-0200. fcc.gov. Complaints about the telephone system. Chapter 4. Fax in business. Fax broadcasting / fax marketing / fax blasting. Fax marketing has many legal restrictions on it. Even though it's an imposition much like email spam and unsolicited telemarketing, it's considered worse because now, you're wasting a person's paper as well as his time. By law, you cannot spam with fax. You are not allowed to send a commercial advertising fax to anyone with whom you do not have a prior business relationship. By definition, a commercial fax is something you can use to make money from. You can still send non-commercial faxes to anyone you please, like surveys, press releases, etc., anything that will not directly generate money. By definition, a prior business relationship is any person or company who has contacted you in the past or anyone you have contacted who responded. They need not ever have bought anything from you, just corresponded with you. To get around this, some fax marketers got the idea to send out two-part faxes. Part 1 is a non-commercial fax that has a free report on it, a press release or a survey sent to a mailing list of strangers who you have had no prior business relationship with. At the bottom of the fax, you put a little message, offering a free catalog, free newsletter, or directing the person to your website for more information. This is legal since you're not directly soliciting a sale but offering free information. You can either ask them for their fax number or simply rely on the machine giving it you. Most fax machines give the fax number of the sender. Fax marketing is most effective with a mailing list of your existing customers. Send them new offers of sales and new products. Offer an option at the end of all your faxes where the person can check a box if he wants and fax it back to you saying he doesn't want you to fax him any more ads for products. List your fax number with your fax ad. If you fax anything, use a large font, size 12 or over, since some fax machines might type out illegible messages in any font below that. There are fax broadcast services around, companies that send out faxes for you. Try your local phone company. Just like you can get a toll-free phone number, you can also get a toll-free fax number. Try to go easy on graphics with a fax machine because they're expensive to use and often don't look very good anyway. Keep your fax solicitations short, limited to one page. You're just there to whet the person's appetite for more information. The simplest fax marketing software around is probably WinFax Pro, where you can plug in your mail list of fax numbers and it sends them all off. If your business sells globally, you can fax your ads to people in other countries like Canada, Australia, and the UK. The law in Canada states that you can send unsolicited faxes as long as you offer an option for recipients to get off your list. 3centfaxbroadcast.com/fax-marketing.html, 800-500-7615. admaxmarketing.com/home.html. advntelltelemarketing.com/fax-blasting.html. aircomusa.com/faxblast.html. artisticfinancialservices.com/advertising.htm. blackice.com, fax broadcasting software. blackice.com/broadcastfaxtips.htm. broadfax.com. faxzone.info. l10s.com/business/marketing_and/direct_marketing/fax_broadcasting. quickbusinesssolutions.com. advertiserreport.com/direct-marketing/fax-broadcasting. business.com, go to fax broadcasting. businesstown.com/marketing/fax.asp. cognigen.info/fax. copia.com/fax-blast.html. dwalliance.com/services/fax_blasting.php. estanza.it/mailing_list_service.htm ezenarticles.com/?fax-marketing-do-write-or-you-will-have-fight fax-2-email.com fazatize.com, fax advertising faxbroadcasters.com faxbroadcastingservice.com 888-690-3135 fax-center.com/fax-blasting.htm faxm.com.au/index.html fax-list.net faxnewmbersonCD.com, email, and fax marketing foxomatic.com faxvantage.com go-ckit-in1.com/fax-blasting-software.htm ifax.us/html/fax-blast-broadcast-software.html jatec.ca/fax-broadcasting.shtml jblast.com 877-329-4373 lhmarketing.com mecashron.com/fax-broadcasting.asp my-voip-resources.com/29/fax-blasting-voip.html nobleventures-marketing.com onetouchgt.com/fax-broadcast.html promofax.co.uk protus.com/fax-blast protus.com/index.asp 888-733-7007 publicityinsider.com send2fax.com sugarcrm.com/forum/showthread.php techfirm.com/faxmarketing.htm thursdayk.co.uk/pages/services/fax-marketing.php tnimarketing.net unixusa.net/faxbroadcasting.html vending-business.urinfo-world.com/vending-business-fax-blasting.htm wad.it/fax-marketing.asp fax on demand/faxback info fax on demand is like email autoresponder. If someone sends a fax to your fax number, calls you on the phone or emails you with a faxback request, it means they want a copy of some ad or free catalog/report you're offering. You simply rig up your fax machine or the internet to send that report to their fax number. When you do this, you get a mailing list of fax numbers that you can send further offers to. Internet fax, voicemail, email. Send fax using the internet. medbanner.com/cgi-pearl/directory.pl/internet-fax.html send2fax.com dataoncall.com faxcall.com faxbeep.com antifaxfaq.com ascii-art.com, art for SIG files awa.com/faxinet chris.com/ascii, art for SIG files completely free software.com/faxphone.zip computersmarts.com/faxmod cynet-fax.com datasoft.com dataabe.net/wf_instructions.html dgfax.com efax.com faxforfree.com faxaway.com faxint.com faxnet.net faxazav.com faxscape.com faxwave.com gammalink.com getmessage.com ihub.com interpage.net j2.com jfax.com jfax.net 888 getjfax mail2wap.com mailcity.com mightyfax.com mtnsms.com send text messages mytalk.com, netcentric.com, northcoast.com/savetz/faxfaq.html, fax, and internet, onebox.com, pictureworks.com, provantage.com/ffmodem_htm, realnetworks.com, rocketalk.com, voice email, savetz.com/fax, shoutmail.com, sigsoftware.com, taxis.com, telebot.com, tpc.int, tpc.int/tpc_home.html, voice.lycos.com, 800 www.lycos, get your email over the phone, zddownloads.com, zdnetonebox.com, zdnetonebox.com/voicemail, fax list/fax mailing list/fax directories, faxdirectory.entry365.info, bhlistings.com, asolistmarketing.com, directory.syl.com, contactspider.com, list of fax numbers via state and category, faxnumbershq.com, heritagelists.com, marketingleads.info, fax-list.com, ufaucet.com, amazon.com/national-email-directory-e-mail/dp/0787686662, national email and fax directory.